Hello, hello. I am making myself a little drink, and it does not involve alcohol. Surprise, surprise. Because believe it or not, even if you've watched my videos, I do not start each day with vodka. I don't. I do start it with coffee. So tell me if you guys have gotten into the pumpkin spice craze. I feel like I have two groups of friends. I have a group of friends who are like, oh my gosh, what's the big deal? It's overrated. It's stupid. I'm so sick of it. They're pumpkin spice flavoring everything. There's like pumpkin spice flavored cell phones and air and just toilet paper and like they've overdone it. And then I have friends who are obsessed. Like they have it marked on the calendar when September comes, especially October, right? All the coffee shops start selling the pumpkin spice lattes. And then I have a friend who literally, her whole bathroom, she's got the pumpkin spice soap and she's got the spray, like the spray after you go number 2. She's got like a pumpkin spice flavored one. She's got everything. So tell me what category you're in. What category? I'm not like crazy upset. Like it's not an addiction like chocolate is for me, but I do love them. And so a few years back, actually many years back, I didn't even have my little guy yet. Probably, I'm gonna say about 6 years ago, I learned how to make homemade pumpkin spice lattes. And so I'm making myself one. And I'll tell you exactly what's in it because I know you guys will be asking me. So I have 2 cups milk. Now, if you like it creamy, use 2% or whole milk. You can also use, I've made them with skim milk though, and it's still good. You can use almond milk or soy milk or whatever milk that you enjoy. So it's 2 cups of that. And then you're gonna put 2 to 3 tablespoons of pumpkin puree. You can make your own if you got time. I don't. Or you can just, do the store-bought kind. And then there's half a teaspoon I keep stirring this because it's gonna boil over and then I'm gonna cry. Half a teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice. And if you don't have pumpkin pie spice, there's only 3 ingredients in there as far as I know. It's cinnamon, nutmeg, and ginger. I'm sure you can Google how much of which one. Okay, so what did I say? I'm half asleep, guys. You know the drill. You know the drill. Am I ever fully awake for you? No, it's not because I don't love you. It's because I'm a freaking mother. So 2 cups of milk. Hold on, I have it written down. Why am I pretending to have it memorized? 2 cups of milk, 2 to 3 tablespoons pumpkin puree, half a teaspoon pumpkin spice, 2 to 3 tablespoons of sugar. Now, I do have a friend who doesn't do sugar. She does like the other stuff like stevia or whatever. You can do that too. And then blah, blah, blah. Oh, and vanilla extract, which is the only thing I forgot to put in there. Do you guys measure vanilla? I never measure vanilla. It's like the one ingredient, whether I'm making cookies or cake or whatever, I just eyeball it. So about a tablespoon. Sure, whatever. And that's it. Then you just cook it. Let it come to a simmer. And then you have your coffee. And a lot of people like this because the one thing that they don't like about getting these kind of drinks at coffee shops or where, they're like, how many chemicals are they putting in there and how many... Now, I'm going to be honest. I don't worry about that as much as I should. Because when I am losing my mind, running 3,000 errands, and I see a drive-through coffee shop that sells pumpkin spice lattes, I'm gonna go through that drive-through and I'm gonna get myself an extra large bucket of a pumpkin spice latte. This is just coffee. And you can, if you like really strong, then you can make espresso. This is just regular coffee. And again, you know how with every recipe, like try this, but then you might like it more pumpkin-y, or you might like it more sweet or less sweet. I'm totally gonna make a mess, watch this. Ooh, oh yeah, mess. This is not like a cooking show, okay? But look at that steam. This is Christina Makes a Mess in Her Kitchen show. And then I don't have this ready for you because again, wasn't really planning on doing this. You put some whipped cream and then you take your pumpkin spice and you go psh, and you make it all fancy and then your friends come over and you're like, yeah, no big deal. Hold on, I'm gonna clean that up. All right, so that's it. Speaking of messes, can you see my sink, guys? Can you see my sink? Somebody told me once, this is not a joke, somebody told me once, hey, when you do your live shows, you should clean up. Like I noticed your sink is full of dishes, and if you watch other shows, like if you watch shows on TV, their sinks are always clean. And I said, my show is real life. My show is not scripted. I do not have somebody, I don't have producers that come here and clean everything up. Although if anybody would like to be my intern, like a maid intern, like if you've ever been like, I really want experience cleaning homes. I just wish somebody would give me the chance so I can just have experience and I don't even need to get paid. I just want the hours in. I'm here. I am here and I will give you a key. I don't even care who you are. I will give you a key to my house and you can come clean my house and you can be my intern. So yes, I have dishes in my sink because that's real life. That is real life. Okay, let me taste this. That is really good. That is really good. I'm not even joking. I'm not even trying to sell you anything. This is really good. I do need more sugar because I'm a sugar addict. Most of you will probably be like, nope, it's perfect the way it is. I always need a little extra sugar. A friend of mine doesn't drink coffee. She actually is allergic to caffeine. And she was asking me if this would work with teas. And I don't know. So comment and tell me if you've ever had a pumpkin spice latte tea. I was thinking maybe she could make like a chai latte and then add, but like obviously with non-caffeinated tea, and then add this mixture. Maybe it would work. All right, I'm gonna enjoy this and I'm gonna talk to you. Where are you joining me from, by the way? I love reading later comments and seeing everywhere from New Mexico to Japan. It's the craziest thing to me. That's the one thing. There are a lot of things I don't love about the internet, but the one thing I love about the internet is how, like these live shows, people from all over the world can just like come together and talk about the same topic and comment. I have something in my eye, can you tell? So I'm just gonna do this for the rest of my show. Okay, I wanna talk to you guys today. I wanna tell you a story about, well, there's a couple stories, but I'll just tell you one, about sort of where I learned to have my perspective on things, because I've realized recently, especially, that a lot of people have been messaging me and emailing me and asking, you say you're a recovering pessimist. How did you get there? How did you go from being so negative to seemingly happy and positive all the time? Which, by the way, am I happy 100% of the time? No, I'm human. Am I positive 100% of the time? No, that's why I call myself a recovering pessimist. I am recovering. Every day I am still recovering. For the rest of my life, I will be recovering. I am not a recovered pessimist. I am in the process of recovering. So yes, I have my days. A few days ago, I was just for like 2-3 days, I was just in my sulky, meh, meh, meh. And I had to go, Christina, check yourself. Are you serious right now? And sort of put myself back in place, because having a positive attitude and being happy, I believe, from my personal experience, is a choice. You have to choose it, and you have to choose it daily, and you have to choose it even when it sucks, and even when it's really hard, and even when you don't feel like it, you have to choose it. And yes, you're human. So some days you get the right to say, I don't feel like choosing it today. I'm staying in bed and sulking today. And that's okay too. I'm loving this pumpkin spice latte. For those of you just joining us, I made a homemade pumpkin spice latte, and it's super easy. It's just milk, pumpkin puree, pumpkin pie spice, and vanilla extract and sugar. And coffee, obviously, because coffee is my friend. All right, so I grew up in Croatia, for those of you that don't know. And when I was 12, war started there. Actually, I will never forget, I was sitting, it was late at night, and I was sitting on the couch with my older sister, and we were watching a New Kids on the Block video. Any NKOTB fans? Come on. They were big everywhere. They weren't just big in America. They were big in Croatia. And we had like 2 channels. That's it on TV then in Croatia. I think now there's like maybe 4. And so to even have like music played or to see a music video, it was like maybe once a day, there'd be like one video played. And so we were all excited and we were watching it. And then there was this, I'll just never forget. I have so many things in my life that I've either blocked or like I don't remember well. I swear I don't know if it's mommy brain or whatever, but my memory is not great. But this is such a distinct moment. And then we heard this like crazy loud noise that sounded like something I'd heard in movies, but not in real life. And then I remember my dad running down the stairs and my mom running down the stairs, and they were carrying my little sister and just saying, get down, get down, get down, get down, and on the floor. And basically that was the first night the war started. So forward a few years later, my family comes to the US. We didn't come here to move here. My parents, love our homeland, and they never wanted to, they love America too, but we just basically came here to stay safe. And so sorry, I'm all over the place, but we were living north of Boston, and every summer we would go back again because we didn't really move here. We still had a home there, and my parents always planned on going back once the war ended, and they did. They all live back in Croatia now. So every summer we would go back, and I know that sounds crazy because there was a war going on, but you have to understand with war, it's like there's so many false hopes that it's over, and it's always just very uncertain. So one summer I was 16. It was the summer after my sophomore year of high school. And my old babysitter was getting married, and she wanted me to play piano in her wedding. Now, the funny thing about this is, you guys, I'm not a great piano player. Like, she probably knew 100 other people who could play piano better, but this is literally my life. I find myself thrown into these situations that I am not equipped to handle. I just really do. So she asked the person that doesn't play piano well to play piano. Oh, okay, I'll do it. So the morning of the wedding comes, and there's news that there's going to be a huge attack on our city. The sirens are going off. Everything is shut down. The flower shop, the cake shop, everything is closed. Everyone's running, into safety, getting last minute things, going to basements. Like, that's it. So we all figured the wedding would be canceled. Well, you have to understand, this is like now 4 years into this war. And this amazing couple, my old babysitter and her fiance at the time, were like, no, we are not letting the stupid war ruin what is supposed to be the best day of our lives. Like, no. So they decided to go through with the wedding. Like, how crazy is that? So the best man couldn't fly in because he had to go fight or something. I think he was in the military or whatever. And I don't even remember what happened. I don't think the flower shop was closed. Everything got messed up. Everything you wouldn't want to happen on your wedding day that could fall through basically fell through. But they were like, too bad, we're going through with this. So she looked beautiful. She got all dressed up, and the ceremony took place in the church, and I'm literally sitting there playing piano because again, I should not have been asked to do it. And there are we're hearing grenades outside, and here they are saying their vows. And I know that sounds crazy to anyone who's never experienced war firsthand. It was crazy. But again, we had all lived through this for a couple of, years at this point. So the ceremony's over, and we all go into the basement of the church, basically. There was a building attached to the church. We all go into the basement, and that's where the reception was. Now, if there's a war going on, you go into the basement anyway. That's where you hide out. So we all went down there, and we had the best reception. It's literally one of the most amazing, happy weddings I've ever attended, as crazy as that sounds. There was music, and we were eating. All these people brought desserts from home, so that we'd have something to eat. And it was just, I remember I did a little skit with a friend of mine, this little comedic, funny skit. And it was just so much laughter and so much joy. And all because this couple decided, we're not going to let this stupid war ruin our day. And then when the reception was over, I remember staying in the basement and laying down. It was this room, and basically just like sardines, a bunch of us would just lay down on the floor, and that's where we spent the night. We slept in the basement. And I know it sounds weird to say you love a story from a war and from a really painful time, but here's the thing. The reason that has stuck with me so much is I think that I sort of carry that attitude with me of when there is so much fear and so much hate and so much crap and insecurity and all that stuff going on, whether it's literal grenades being thrown my way or whether it's metaphoric stuff that's just, we all experience it, right? We all have stuff thrown our way, and we have a choice in those moments. So whether we're going to go, I'm out, I quit, I'm done. Or whether we're going to go, you know what? I'm going to freaking make the best of it. I'm not going to let my fears win. I'm not going to let my insecurities win. I'm not going to let the hatred in this world win. I'm not going to let any of it win. I am going to make the best of it. And I will never forget that image. I mean, and I love having that image in my head because, again, I'm a recovering pessimist. So it helps me get through those days. I love that image of these people coming together during this horrible day and celebrating something that's beautiful, because not every day is a good day, but there is something good in every day if you look for it. It's not just going to present itself. You have to sometimes really search for it, right? So I hope that if you're one of those people who just struggles with wanting to just always give up. I mean, hello, I have been there so many times where I'm just like, I can't do it. I can't do this. I give up. Like, life is too hard. Work is too hard. Motherhood is too hard. Everything is too hard. I just want to stay in bed and not deal. I hope during those days you will be like, no. I'm going to remember that image of that wedding. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take whatever good I can find and focus on that. So how do you become a recovering pessimist instead of a pessimist? Just like the story I just told you, it's all about finding something to be grateful for, finding something good, even when everything seems to suck completely. Now, I understand how cheesy that sounds to some people. I understand how stupid that sounds to some people, but I'm going to tell you right now, I was one of those people who, when I heard from other people, you just got to change your attitude and I just wanted to be like, can you shut it down? Because that may work for you, but it doesn't work for me. I was always willing to make an excuse of why that couldn't work for me. And I'm telling you right now, when I hit my rock bottom and I had no choice, I was either going to just completely destroy my life, or whether I was going to do something to fix it and to keep moving forward. I am telling you, the bottom line was my attitude had to change first. A lot of people try to change their life, and when they change their life, then their attitude will change. If I have more of this or better this or blah, 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 then I'll have a better attitude. It doesn't work that way. You're doing it backwards. You change your attitude first, and then things will start to change. And again, I am telling you this as somebody who was really, really negative. I mean, ask my childhood friends. I was really negative. I was a very pessimistic person. One thing, you know how I'm sure either you are this or you've been around people who, no matter what you say, when you try to find the good thing, they'll say, yeah, but then this will happen. Yeah, but then this will happen. That yeah, but has sort of a negative connotation. So I decided to turn it around and make it a positive thing. Where are my car keys? I actually have, I had a keychain made that says, I doubt you can see it, but it says, yeah, but ... And the reason I have this, because it's a constant reminder, is because what I decided is to change my, yeah, but that's not going to work anyway. Or yeah, but I could apply for that job, but I probably won't get it. Yeah, but, that negative all the time. I decided to change it into positive. And when I was feeling negative, to say, yeah, but, and think of a positive thing to follow it up with. So, and the big thing for me was I wanted to do this with my children, because especially my oldest, he's like me. I'm telling you, it's genetic or something. He tends to really be more negative and pessimistic, and he'll always find something wrong in every situation. Something really exciting will happen and he'll find something bad in it. And I'm like, come on, dude, like, you'll never enjoy your life that way. And so when he was little, I remember my daughter and my son were in the car and they were complaining and whining. And I said, okay, we're starting a new game. You are allowed to complain. You're allowed to express your feelings. I think that's healthy. I don't think it's good to hold that in. Get it all out. But once you get your frustration out, then I'm going to say, yeah, but, and you have to follow with something positive. And so I said, let's just try to play the game. And my son was, I don't know, he was probably like 6 or 7 when we started. And I remember driving back from a soccer game and they had lost the game and he was really upset and he was talking about it. And once he got it all out, I said, yeah, but. And he kind of didn't want to do it. And I was like, just do it. Yeah, but. And he goes, yeah, but I really like my coach. and I have a really great team, and I'm so excited. We have another game next Saturday, and I think we'll do better. What it did is immediately, instead of letting him just sit there and marinate in his negativity, it left him with something positive. Also, I don't know if you guys saw, I can't believe this year is almost over. It was last December. I made a video called 365 Days of Good or 365 Good Things. I don't remember what it's called. But basically, I talked about how another thing that helped me when I was trying to be less negative is every single night for an entire year I did this. Every single night when I lay down in bed and it was time to go to sleep, I would write down one good thing that happened that day. Now, the thing I made myself do, which I encourage you to do this if you're going to start this, and you don't have to wait till January to start it. It doesn't have to be like a New Year's resolution. Start it tonight. I didn't want to write something general because a lot of times people will be like, I know your life sucks, but aren't you thankful for your health? Or, well, you have a nice spouse, or, be thankful you even have kids. Like it's this more general stuff. And I wanted to find something specific in each day that was good in that day. That's very different because it's easy to go to bed and just be like, I'm thankful that I have a roof above my head. That's not really going to help you be a more positive person. But if you're laying in bed after a sucky day, a really sucky day, and you have to find something good, even if it's minuscule, that happened in that day, and you're doing this every single night, and this is the last thought in your head before you fall asleep, I am telling you, it will start to change you. In fact, when I shared that video, and in the video I shared how I had, during that year that I decided to do this, the first year I decided to do this, I had a miscarriage. And I was devastated. I mean, when anybody who's gone through it knows it's devastating. You are so excited. You are so full of hope. You tell I told my kids, I mean, there's just so much light and hope and excitement. And then like that, it's gone. It's gone. And it's horrible. And I remember, and I was like, I can't believe that this happened the year that I decided to do this stupid exercise, and I'm just not doing it tonight because nothing good happened today. And I remember laying in bed and going, okay, I promised myself, I swore to myself that I would do it every night. But there's literally nothing good that happened. I was still in pain. You guys know if you had a miscarriage and you had to have the surgery and all that. I mean, I'm laying there, physical pain, emotional pain. I'm upset. My kids are upset. And I'm laying there. I literally cannot think of anything good. But I made myself do it. And the only good thing I could think of is I wrote down, there was something so loving and comforting and sweet about the way my husband tucked me into bed when he brought me back from the hospital. He just made me feel so loved. And think about that. It sounds so simple, right? But if I had not played that exercise, if I had not forced myself to write something good, the last thought before I went to sleep that night would have been, my life sucks. This sucks. I hate everything right now. I am so mad. I'm so upset. And instead, even though, yes, I was still feeling all that, it's not like it erases it. But instead, the last thought was, I am loved. I am loved. There's somebody here that is taking care of me and that loves me even in my darkest moments. Isn't that a better thought to end your day with? So I am challenging you, if you are negative and pessimist and just dwell on that, I'm telling you, your life will change when you change your attitude. It won't happen overnight. Anybody that promises you anything overnight is lying to you, okay? They're trying to sell you something. It doesn't happen overnight. Baby steps. Do the yeah, but game with yourself. Do it with your kids if they're being negative. And write down, even have your kids, even if they can't write, have them draw. If they're really negative and they're like, 5 years old and you just sense they're kind of growing into that person that's always going to find the negative, have them draw every night before they go to bed, draw something good that happened that day. There's a way we can train our brain, eventually become, like anything else, eventually becomes a habit. And it has become more of a habit for me where I'm able to go, okay, that really sucked what just happened. Is there anything good? Like, can I find some gratitude? Can I find something good? I love my life so much more being a recovering pessimist than a pessimist. So I hope you will try some of these things. And I hope that wedding story will stay in your head the way it stayed in mine, because that's the attitude we got to have toward life. Life is hard. Life is really, really hard. And it is up to us to make the best of every day. And it's really, really, really annoying and complicated some days. All right, I'm going to go enjoy my pumpkin spice latte. I hope you guys have a great week, and I will see you next week.